fine. Fly away. There he goes. What I'd like to do is I'd like to borrow something from the audience, and I would like to borrow a $100 bill. $100 bill.
About $5.20.
You can just keep it. I don't know where the change came in on that, but $5.20, no, thank you. $100 bill. Anybody? $100 bill. It's going to be a long show. $100 bill. Anybody? Thank you. Give him a hand for giving me a $100 bill. All right, Mike. Does anybody else have a $100 bill? Yeah, I know. We don't have that much time. All right. So, Mike, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can find out if the bills that you've got are counterfeit or not. But the main thing I want to tell you is never loan money to strangers. But I'm going to show you the difference between counterfeit money and real money. Counterfeit money is made by a very inferior process. It's usually made with poor ink, poor paper. It's usually a photographic type of process where when you look at the bill, you'll see the figures and the numbers are really a little bit out of focus. But with our really good money, like our country produces, they use good ink, good paper, and they use more of a plate process. So when they do the plate process, they actually comes out with bills that are clear and distinct, even the figures and the numbers. Now, I'm going to show you what you can do to make sure that you have a good $100 bill that's not counterfeit. Now, you have to do a process with that. And I'm going to show you what the process is. And Mike, what I'm going to explain to you is that, which you may not know, is that when our company or our country produces these bills, they do one thing before they send the bills out for distribution. And what they do is they dip all of their bills into fire retardant material. Now, Mike, you're going to love the next part of this trick if you have a sense of humor. So what we're going to do is we are going to take this bill, and I'll tell you, you can buy any processor at any 7-Eleven. This is the processor. And what we're going to do, Mike, is we're going to see if your bill is counterfeit or not. And I'm sure it's not. But this is what you do. You take it, you light it, you see what happens to it. So don't worry about it. Everything. Oh, shit. Okay. I got something to cover this up for us, Mike. What we're going to do, Mike, so I'm going to show you another trick worth $100. Since you've already prepaid. What we're going to do is I'm going to take this piece of paper. We're going to put some weed in it. We're going to smoke it. We're going to forget about your $100 bill. That's what we're going to do. Where's my lighter here? Oh, it's in this pocket. All right, here we go. All right, hold on, Mike. Here we go. Do you people see this every day? Would it have been better if I pulled this out of my ass like the bowling ball? It seems like you're that kind of crowd. But I don't know if you can come up here, Mike, but if you trust any of these people who can come up and open your bill just to prove that we did get your bill back for you.
Go for it.
Did you want to go up here, Mike?
Go on, Mike.
Come on, Mike. Give Mike another hand.
Didn't pull that out of your ass, right?
Right. I can assure you that I did not pull this on my ass. I want you to turn around. You can come over here.
Tonight's young.
Okay.
Yeah, so everybody can see you. And this just proves that I got your money back for you. And that's just part of the thing that should prove that we got your money back. And that everything is good.
It's close. Not real close, but it's close.
Inflation sucks, doesn't it, Mike? It really does. Wait a minute. Stay here. I'm going to make this good for you. Because what we're going to do is I'm going to show you and everybody else how you can increase your money. And it's really simple, easy. What you do is you take any denomination bill and you fold it in half and you put a crease along this edge right here, just like that. And then you fold it in half again, you put a crease along that edge. Then you fold it again, just like that, you put a crease along that edge. And one more time, you make a last fold, and you put a crease along that edge. And you know what happens when you open up your money? It increases. Your money increases. Well, we did increase your money because we did take that $1 bill and we folded it up, and we had enough creases in there to make it back to your $100 bill again,
Wow.
just like that. So, thank you. You have a good time. Enjoy the rest of the show. Is people always ask me, how did you start learning magic? And what was your first trick? And the first time I learned magic was due to my dad. And I was about 5 years old. It's my first day of school. And I actually was coming down the stairs, first day of school. And my dad stopped me at the table. And he said to me, it's a special day for you. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to do a special thing for you for your first day of school. He says, I'm going to show you a magic trick. Now, my dad wasn't a magician, but he actually entertains the company and the family when we get together. So he did this trick, and I'm going to show it to you. And what he did is he took a normal paper bag that we use for lunches, and he said, I am going to vanish a bottle. And what he did is he took a bottle off the table. Now, we had many of these bottles on the table. We never knew my dad had a drinking problem until one day he came home sober. He was on a 12-step program, and that was before he brought the liquor up from the basement, but that's another story. So what he did is he put the bottle inside the bag. He said the magic word, which he told me he learned in church many years ago. Bingo! He said the bottle is gone. He said that the hard part of the trick is to make the bottle come back. He said the word bingo, and he brought the bottle back. I was happy. He was happy. It was really a shitty trick. I was 5. I didn't know any better. I was 7. He did the trick again. But I was ready for him because I think this is the only trick he knew. So he said, I'm going to show you a trick. And I let him go right ahead. He said he took the bottle, he put it into the bag. He said the magic word, bingo. And he said the bottle is gone. And I quickly said, prove it. Well, this was a thing that he was able to prove, and I found out later what he did is he held the bottle from outside the bag. He tipped the bag over, and the bottle didn't fall out. He said the magic word. He brought the bottle back. I was happy. He was happy. Still a shitty trick. So my dad, I figured that my dad should have done this a little bit better. So I figured I'm going to improve this trick. And so I did. So I got interested in magic, and I actually found out a way to make this trick better. What I found out is that my dad should have taken the bottle, should have put it inside the bag. He should have said the magic word bingo. He should have proved to me that the bottle was gone by holding onto the bottle, tipping over the bag, and the bottle's not coming out. But what my dad shouldn't do, and what he should have done, but he didn't do it, is he should have reached inside the bag. He should have pulled out a glass with liquid in it. And that what my dad should have done, which he didn't do, is he should have vanished the bottle totally, and that would have been a good trick. I forgot all about, I put some margarita mix in there today, and I brought some salt, but I didn't get to use it. How many married people do we have in the audience today? Married people? Married people? One? How many years married? Too long. All right. Yeah, okay, that hurts. Okay. But I asked that question about a week ago, and the lady yells out, 62 years of marriage. And I was amazed. 62 years. I couldn't get by 13 years with 2 marriages. So I said to her, I says, what do you attribute 62 years of marriage to that handsome gentleman sitting next to you? And without a skip of a beat, she stood up and she yelled out, he won't die. I was totally unaware breathing was an important part of marriage. In fact, being a magician, marriage is really similar to a deck of cards. You start out with 2 hearts and a diamond, and you end up looking for a club and a spade. I have a very, very pessimistic view of marriage, as I said. I look at marriage like a tornado. In the beginning, there's a lot of sucking and blowing, and then you lose the freaking house. So. Not only did I lose the house, I lost my furniture, the car, the custody of our 3 children. Now, I only have 2 children, so I owe her one. I don't know how that happened. Actually, my first marriage was due to we were incompatible. See, she couldn't stand me drunk, and I couldn't stand her sober. My second marriage was due to religious differences. See, I'm Protestant, and she was Satan. So, with 2 marriages under my belt, I left with nothing for each, and I'm proud to say I have most of that still today. But my friends kept telling me, you should be thinking of people that you could date that would be convenient for you to date. So I thought about it a while, and I thought homeless women would be good. They'd be easy to convince to stay overnight at my house. And then when the date was over, I could just drop them off anywhere. The second group of women I thought was a good choice was female Brahma bull riders. Because any woman that thinks 8 seconds is a long time, I need to date. So my friends kept telling me you should be going to singles bars and looking for people. And I hate that because I've done that a long time before I was married, and I don't like it. I have to think of good pickup lines, and I'm not that one to do it. But I thought, let me try it. So I went to a singles bar, and there was a beautiful young lady sitting at the end of the bar, and I wanted to pay it classy. I wanted to take the higher road here. So I didn't say anything. I just sat there, and I looked at my watch. And after 10 minutes, she actually initiated the conversation. She says, "What is it with you and that watch?" I said, "Well, this is a psychic watch. This watch tells me all I need to know." She says, "What is it telling you right now?" "Well, it's telling me you're not wearing any panties." She said, "You are so wrong." I said, wait, it's an hour fast. Wait a minute. Then my friends go, "You should be dating women your own age." So I am. I'm dating 2 26-year-olds. And it's working out okay. I went to a local restaurant with one of them the other night, and we had a great meal. We went back to her place, and we turned on the light of her bedroom, and the whole wall right next to her bed was filled with stuffed animals. She had shelves and shelves of stuffed animals. She must have collected from she was a kid. And I was kind of like, turned a little off on that. But we finally got over that. We turned the light off. We went to bed. We woke up the next morning. I turned to her and I said, "Well, how was I?" She says, "Well, you can select anything from the lower shelf." I'm still seeing her because I'm trading things up to the bigger ones on top, so we'll see how that works out. I'm going to show you another card trick, and it has to do with relationships. I'm trying to clean it up for corporate work. So I'm going to tell you a story using cards, rhyme, and wit. I composed it myself, and that ain't no shock. The story consists of 2 gals and a guy, a soap opera of sorts, and I'll tell you why. The first 2 or 3 were husband and wife, a king and a queen for most of their life. He called her Edith, she called him Stan. She was the queen, Stan was her man. Now the king, he could smile, but Edith could not, for the child they wanted and could not be got. Now the king was quite virile, potent, well made. It was the queen who was sterile. You see, she is spayed. Now the king yearned his son to carry his name, and so it was Edith he started to blame. The yelling and screaming, Edith couldn't stand it no more. She called Stan a bum and his mistress a creep. You see, she knew about Kate, a pretty young lass with the face of a queen and a firm, shapely nose. It was Kate that Stan lusted, but still loved his queen, so a threesome they became with the king in between. The King-Stan trio they came to be known, but the king with 2 queens would be rocking the throne. You see, love and greed don't mix well with fate, and soon it was Edith who lusted for Kate. See, now you're interested. Well, two queens in love soon sent Stan away, but he would return. He wanted to play. Well, they refused him quick, and they sent him outside the walls, and should he return, they would cut off his bald head. But the king was persistent. He wanted to stay, and so he returned when Kate was away. A battle broke out. He just screamed, yelled, and hissed, not to mention the king. Oh, boy, was he pretty upset. But Kate would return, much to Edith's delight. But what of King Stan? Well, nowhere in sight. So we're left with two queens, quite happy, rather gay, but not so the king. He'd not had his way. So what is the moral, the lesson we learn of Kate, Stan, and Edith and the tables they turn? Well, I told it to Stan, now I'll tell it to you. You can't have your Kate and Edith too.